What is up, Square Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and today we are back in the Battle Chamber. Of course, this is being brought to you by Level 1 Games, our weekly local. Very consistent shop to go to and play. And without further ado, we're going to jump right in here. I'm actually on the right playing King Vegeta, and I have Richard on the left playing Trader Dende or Dende Frieza, whatever you want to call it. He's going to start off by charging a yellow, activating leader skill to burst 2, and then he gets to search 2 Dragon Balls from his life or deck. So as you can see, he's already got 4 Dragon Balls available, and he's going to draw 2 more cards here by playing them. I do believe Trader Dende is a pretty good deck. He's also going to slap down this 1-star ball here. So he's already played 5 balls. Turn 1, which is really good. It's a guaranteed turn 2 awaken, and he's going to pass over to me. I'm going to draw for turn. If you guys don't know what King Vegeta does, we did have him featured last week on the Battle Chamber, getting stomped by U6, but obviously I went back to the drawing board, and I built a much different deck this week. So we have a treat for you guys today. It's a very, very good game that we had going, and we're just going to walk it through here and go through all of the plays. So King Vegeta, its activate main is once per turn, you can add 1 card from your life to your hand. Look at the top 5 for a red or green Saiyan or King Vegeta's Dynasty and add it to your hand, and then put everything else back to the deck and shuffle. So as you can see, I charged my Demonic Origins Broly, giving me my first dual color energy, which is very key moving forward, because it's going to turn on all of my other Demonic Origin Brolys, essentially negating energy exhaust, which is very, very important. I'm going to pass turn, doing 1 damage to Richard. He's going to draw, untap. Let's see what he places in his charge. For energy, he's definitely 100% going to awaken this turn. He only has to play 2 more Dragon Balls, so he's going to charge another Clan of Terror Mecha Frieza. He's going to burst 2 to go through his life. So he does have a Dragon Ball in his life. Very interesting that he didn't grab the Dragon Ball turn 1. I'm always paranoid when it comes to playing Wish Leaders. If I ever have any Dragon Balls in life, I try to take them immediately. I don't want to rely on my opponent attacking me to give me Dragon Balls. But I guess everybody has different preferences. I guess it doesn't hurt too much because it is still pretty early here. But he does fetch the other 1-star ball from the deck. So he's playing 5 regular balls and 2 1-star balls. Makes sense. You definitely want to set up your grave with Trader Dende. You want to make sure that you get Clan of Terrors and Occupation of Evils in the drop area, as well as the Mecha Frieza that, destroys 2 rested cards. So he's going to tap down for the 1-star. I have to discard a card, so I'm discarding the Kaioken, which is a new addition to the deck. He's going to awaken, activate leader skill to draw 1, and he's going to pass turn to me. I'm going to draw for turn. Now, when Dende awakens, he reveals Piccolo and Purunga on the backside, and when he awakens, you can grab a Namekian from the drop area. Unfortunately, Richard did not have a target, so I'm going to charge my second Demonic Broly, which is great, because now I have 2 multicolor energy, and they're both active. I'm going to activate my leader skill again to look at top 5 to add a red or green Saiyan or King Vegeta's Dynasty to my hand. King Vegeta's Awakening condition is very unique. You have to be at 3 energy, and King Vegeta's Dynasty has to be in play in order for you to activate your Awaken skill. And when he awakens, he untaps 1 energy and draws 1 card. So you kind of have to be very careful you don't want to pigeonhole yourself moving forward. You don't want to tap out on turn 2 for certain plays if you don't think you can handle the heat coming back on the clapback from your opponent. But there are instances where if you're playing slower decks, you can tap out turn 2 for Dynasty and then just awaken your next turn. Honestly, that's the optimal play, because you'll get more energy out of it if you do it turn 3 with Dynasty already established on board, but you have to pick and choose your battles. So I'm not going to attack. I'm going to obviously, my opponent's leader is already awakened. I don't feel like wasting cards in my hand to combo up to do damage, so I'm just going to pass here. I'm sitting at 6 life, as well as Richard, I believe, is also at 6 life. So he's going to charge his 3rd energy, being a Tagoma. He's going to use 1 energy to play the other Tagoma that searches for a Desire card. He's going to get Revival of the Emperor from the deck, add it to the hand. Let's see what he decides to do now. Shuffle, cut, here we go. He's got a good amount of cards in his hand. The one thing that, for me, so he's going to free play the Clan of Terror, which is fine. I'm going to, in response, activate a counterplay by playing Vegeta the Cruel. It does not stop Clan of Terror's effects, so he will still look at my hand and put a battle card into play. But as you can see, I'm pretty stacked with extra card and negates. I only have about 3 battle cards, 2 Denial of Hopes, a Dynasty, and Is That All You've Got? And then I have a super combo, a Kefla, and a 1-drop Kaba. So he's going to play my super combo on the board, and in response, I'm going to KO the Clan of Terror with Vegeta the Cruel's effect, and he'll now have to warp a card out of his hand. So essentially, it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. I get a body, he loses a body. I lose another body from hand. Hopefully I can try to save my super combo here. As you can see, he does have the surprise attack Friezas in hand. So if he's successful enough to kill my super combo, he will get another body on board. So he warps a time magic for Vegeta the Cruel. He's going to activate leader skill, but he did free wish with revival. So I kind of told him, you can't do that. You already activated one of your leader skills. So it's no harm done. I told him just put the card back. It's not that big of a deal. So he's going to tap 1 for Dragon Radar to add revival and a ball. So he's still going to draw that card, which is totally fine. And as you can see, he gets Fu the Dark Banisher, which is going to be very detrimental for him in the late game. So he does kill my super combo by comboing his leader up to 20, and he free plays surprise attack Frieza. Now free playing Tagoma. Tagoma's going to fail to search a Dragon Ball from deck, which is going to prompt a shuffle, and then he gets to draw a card after cut. So Tagoma's still pretty good because you get free bodies on board, and as you can see, he has the Golden Frieza in hand that has to KO 2 battle cards in order to activate his skill. So Tagoma just fuels that. He is going to swing at me for 15k crit. I'm okay with letting that go to the drop area because now I have 4 in drop, so it turns on my Overwhelm if I need it, and I'm going to awaken this turn anyway. So I'm going to charge my 3rd red energy here, being a Saiyan Kaba, activate my leader skill to go to 4, look at top 5 for a red or green Saiyan or King Vegeta's Dynasty, put it in my hand, and shuffle the rest. So I'm going to add Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta Resonant Explosion, which is a really good arrival card right now in the game. You can use it offensively or defensively, depending on what type of situation you are in the game. It being a 20k double striker that comes down for 1 red on arrival, and it gets to destroy a 4 or less on your opponent's side of the board. So I'm going to tap 2 here for King Vegeta's Dynasty, activating its auto to free play the 2-drop Vanilla, which is going to allow me to draw 2 cards. I'm going to awaken, untap 1 multicolor, draw a card, and then my leader skill when he's awakened, he has 2 activate mains, choose 1 once per turn. I can KO one of my red or green Saiyans on the board, and then my leader gets plus 5k in double strike, or I can free play a 2 or less Saiyan from my hand, negate its skills for the turn, and draw a card. So Vegeta does have a lot of pretty good effects. He does not draw when he swings, but he does gain advantage by playing a free body on board and drawing you a card that way. So you kind of want to build a hybrid deck with Vegeta. You want to be more defensive early, and then you kind of want to go wide late. So you kind of have to find that sweet spot. Red and green obviously lends really well to that because there's a lot of room for counterplay, whether it's body counterplays or actual extra card counterplays. So it's not that bad. And red right now in the meta has a really good U6 matchup. So that's the reason why I decided to try and, work on King Vegeta and try to make it as successful as possible. And I think I found a sweet spot here. So we're going to swing our 20k Goku into Frieza. Richard is going to activate Flying Nimbus, pitching a Clan of Terror. So I have 1 more battle card attack and my leader attack. We're going to go King Vegeta the Cruel into, I believe, Mecha Frieza. Combo up to 30 for a super combo, draw a card. Or combo up to 25, I'm sorry. 25, draw a card because I'm at 4 life. Unfortunately, it's the only super combo that you can play in the deck. And when you're playing against Clan of Terror Mecha Frieza, you kind of want to get your super combos out because they are going to snipe them out of your hand and not swing at your leader. So it's a pretty fair trade-off. He is going to take that life and go down to 5. I'm going to free play the Kale blocker from my hand and draw a card. Now, even though Kale's skills are negated for the turn, when it's my opponent's turn, her skills will reactivate, so it gives her that blocker again. And I'm going to swing 15k into his leader. I'm going to combo a Kaba and a Caulifla, giving me red and green. Tap 1 for Arrival and KO the Frieza with Gogeta. So at this point, it wasn't that bad of a play because I did have to get rid of that Frieza, but I totally forgot that Richard had Nimbused. so I couldn't attack with my Gogeta, which is okay. I mean, it's a misplay on my part. I could have used the Gogeta defensively to get rid of one of his creatures on his board when he swung at me, but you know, it is what it is. You do have to pay attention to your opponent's interactions as well. But I am able to clear his board because he does use the Tagoma to combo and save his leader from taking damage. So I'm sitting at 4 life. Richard's sitting at 5. He's going to draw for turn, charge his 4th energy. I have 1 red and green open. I have a blocker on board as well as a Resonant Explosion Gogeta to his clear board, essentially. So let's see what he decides to do here. He's going to tap 2 for Revival of the Emperor. Let's see what he decides to target from his drop area. I only have 1 energy open at this point. So he is going to play Clan of Terror. I'm going to reveal my hand. I have Kefla, Kaioken Mach Speed, and a blocker, and then 2 Denial of Hopes, and is that all you've got? So Richard's going to choose the Kefla to play her in rest mode from my hand, which is a very, very smart play because Kefla will gain, she'll just accrue a lot of value as the game progresses, and he still has 2 energy open, so he can always free play the Mecha Frieza that's going to kill the Kefla. So he's going to swing Clan of Terror into my Vegeta the Cruel. He's going to combo the Frieza into the drop area, giving it 30k. And now, as you can see, it's exactly what, you know, is going to happen. He's going to kill that Vegeta the Cruel by battle. He's going to tap an energy for Dragon Radar. He's going to get back his Desire and a ball, so he's going to draw a card. And now he's just going to free wish with his Desire to bring out Mecha Frieza. And by discarding a card, he gets to destroy 2 of my rested battle cards. So he's going to discard his Fu the Dark Banisher. And I'm going to lose my Kefla and my Vanilla Goku. So Mecha Frieza is actually really good because for the turn that it's played, it's a dual attack double strike. Richard's going to swing at me with his leader, and I have to... So all in all, for me, it was a smart play, getting rid of that Mecha Frieza. I don't want too much pressure to deal with. I mean, granted, you know, he's going to just keep revivaling of the Emperor to bring them back out anyway, but you kind of just have to survive. So I think all in all, it was pretty value because I knew that was going to be 2 double strike attacks at that point. So I'm charging 4 energy here. I got basically where I'm at, my sweet spot, free playing the 2-drop from my hand to draw a card. So we're going to go here. Let's see here. Checking the drop. What am I checking the drop? What would I be checking the drop for at this point? I guess I would be checking the drop for super combos because he doesn't have that large of a hand, which is very interesting. The thing I like about Trader Dende is that it's able to put pressure on board by recycling cards from the drop area while maintaining a decent sized hand. So he is going to time magic on the Resonant, which is fine. Sparky negating a double striker and taking 1 damage instead of 2 is completely acceptable. I should have probably played that a little differently, but you know, I wasn't reading the time magic in that sense. He does super combo out of my vanilla 20k, and then I am going to swing at leader for 15, and he's going to take it. So again, I'm in a pretty good spot. As you can see, King Vegeta is very good at cheating cards out to apply pressure offensively, while still maintaining enough active energy for defensive purposes. So we're on turn 5 right now, which is a scary turn for Trader Dende because they can make a lot of plays with 5 energy. As you can see, Richard's tapping 1 for the Bulma. He's going to shuffle back 2 of his super combos and a Fu the Dark Banisher into his deck, and then he's going to draw a card off of Bulma. Fu the Dark Banisher is a very, very good card. You know, triple attack and warping cards out of your opponent's hand when they want to activate skills is very, very strong, and I'm only at 4 life, so if the right combination is played, it could be a little difficult for me to survive to another turn. And he is at 3 life, so we are getting to the later stages of the game here. He's going to draw a card off of Bulma. And let's see what else he decides to do here. He's going to activate Leader Skill to draw a card. So as you can see, I believe he has 2 super combos in hand, which is great because, you know, obviously you're going to have sparking with your Wish Leaders by like turn 1. So that's pretty insane as to how that works. So let's see what the follow-up play is. He's going to tap 4 to Overwhelm for Fu the Dark Banisher, which is kind of risky because he's shutting off his super combos. But like I said, Fu the Dark Banisher is something that is very, very good because it's going to prevent me from activating skills by depleting my hand size. So I have to essentially be very, very careful as to what I do. So he is swinging 15 and he does combo up on my leader, which I'm going to combo out of. Now, the reason I combo the blocker off of the board is because I know that if I have to activate blocker, I'm going to lose a card in my hand, and I only have 3 cards in my hand. So he kills my Resonant Explosion with Fu to play the surprise attack Frieza. I'm going to Denial of Hope that Frieza and warp the Denial of Hope out of my hand. So this is his second attack with Fu the Dark Banisher. He's going to my leader, so I'm going to take it and go down to 3. He only has 1 attack left with his Fu the Dark Banisher. So this is his last attack. Now, if you guys don't know, King Vegeta Dynasty, the field card, has a secondary auto where you can pay a red energy to negate the attack and send it to the drop. So now I'm going to negate that Fu attack and warp my last card out of my hand because I don't want to put myself in double strike range for Mecha Frieza. Now, obviously, Richard has the decision. Obviously, the play is to kill my board at this point. So I have literally nothing and try to kill me on the next turn. But if I would have taken that double strike, I would have been, you know, if I would have gone down to 2, I would have been in kill range next turn. And now that he's passing his turn, he doesn't have a drop area. So the 2 super combos that he has in his hand essentially are just 10Ks. He's not going to draw anything off of them. So I'm not going to charge. Unfortunately, you can see the only card I have in my hand is King Vegeta's Dynasty. But, you know, the game's not over till the last card is played. So we're gonna try to extend this as much as possible. I am very scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very scared at this point. Just even reliving this and watching it again. I'm gonna tap 2 for King Vegeta's Dynasty because at worst it's gonna be a negate next turn for me. And I'm gonna swing at his leader, pushing him down to 2. And now here we go. Can I survive this turn? He's going to draw for turn. As you can see, he has 2 super combos in hand. He has a Revival of the Emperor, which he does have a target for. But his super combos essentially are dead. So he's going to Leader Skill to draw a card. He's going to tap 1 for Bulma, shuffle back the Frieza, which is very interesting because now he's taking his Revival target out of the drop area. So now that's essentially a dead card in his hand. So I'm just going to cut and draw, and he's going to draw into the Frieza. So now he has a lot of combo power, but I don't have a board for him to kill, so those Friezas are essentially dead, in my opinion. He's going to swing at me with his leader. He's going to tap to combo the Frieza. I'm going to take it, go down to 2. He's going to swing at me with Mecha Frieza. I'm going to tap the 1 red to negate that Frieza attack by sending Dynasty to the drop. Now, obviously, we know the follow-up, right? Like, he's going to tap 2 for Revival, bring out the Frieza, and swing at me for crit, but there's no way of him giving that Frieza double strike. So I have to take that damage because I can't combo out. And that's his turn. So now I have to essentially kill him on this turn. He has, I believe, 1 energy open, like 3 cards in hand, no charge for me. So let's see if I can do stuff. So I'm going to tap 2 for another King Vegeta's Dynasty. Free play my super combo to draw 2 cards. Yes, that is a legal play. My super combo skills are negated for the duration of the turn, but I did draw 2 more cards. So we're going to see exactly what happens here. I'm in a really tough spot. I only have 2 cards in my hand. One of them is an After Image. The other is this vanilla that I'm going to play for free. And off of the rip, I get the Awakened Instincts Bardock, which is great, because now I'll draw 2 more cards. I draw into a blocker and a Kaioken, which is not exactly what I wanted, but, you know, we have to extend and we have to play with the cards that we've been dealt. So I'm in a pretty okay position here. We're going to swing at Leader 15 to 15. Maybe not, because he has an energy open, so we don't want to get nimbused. So we're going to swing 20k into leader, no combo. Let's see if he decides to take it or combo out. He's going to tap an energy to combo the Frieza, go up to 25, putting him 3 cards deep in the drop. His super combos are still not active for drawing, but they are free 10Ks worst case scenario. So we're going to swing at leader, 15 to 15. I believe he's not going to counter. Unfortunately, I am not in the position to combo here because I don't think it's smart for me to get rid of that last card, because maybe I should have comboed it because I would have forced him to take the damage. I just probably didn't calculate properly, not knowing what he has in his hand, of course. And then I choose to swing at the Frieza because I know I'm not going to kill him this turn, essentially. So I'm hoping to survive, knowing that I have an after image in hand, a super combo on board, and essentially another counter with King Vegeta's Dynasty. So he's going to draw, untap. He's got 5 cards in hand, 5 cards in drop, so his super combos are live again. I feel like if I would have played that last turn a little differently and forced him to take the damage off of the swing with my leader and put him down to 1, I could have been in a better position to win, because he would have had to burn his super combos without drawing back up into anything. So I don't know, hindsight's 2020. We'll see what happens here. He does Revival of the Emperor, a Clan of Terror Mecha Frieza, and he elects not to play my Kaioken. Now, I'm not exactly sure if I should have responded to the summon with a counterplay. I don't think tapping out for Kaioken is impactful enough, because essentially I still have my after image and I still have my Dynasty negate. But he does have 3 energy open, so I'm debating whether or not to tap the red energy for after image. I don't want to get coolered. I mean, he does have 3 energy open, so if he coolers me, he's going to draw 2 cards and put another body on board. But at this point, we're not in, comfortable territory. So if he has the cooler, he has it. But I believe the right play here is to tap 1 red for the after image to reduce the power of the Mecha Frieza. Maybe I sequenced improperly. I should have probably Dynasty negated his surprise attack Frieza, and then ultimately just after image the Mecha Frieza. I don't think it matters because he still has his leader swing, and I only have a super combo on board. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. But I do after image. He doesn't respond, so I put the Mecha Frieza down to 10, and he's swinging at me 10k double strike into my leader, which at this point, I mean, he has more cards in his hand than I do, so I have to negate it if I can. I can't afford to lose at this point. So the right play would be for me to tap the 1 red to use Dynasty's effect to combo out, or to negate rather. And, at this point, I'm looking in his warp. I know it because I'm watching the video now, but at the time, I didn't know how many super combos he had used. I knew that he had used at least 1, which is not in his warp, so clearly it was something that he shuffled back with a Bulma. So essentially, he has all of his super combos still in his deck or hand or life, which is something that I'm trying to calculate here for my impending upcoming defeat. So I do tap the red to use Dynasty as the negate. He combos with the Piccolo, 2 super combos, and just shotguns into the leader going up to 55. And, with 1 card in my hand, super combo on board to combo, there's nothing else I could do. So this game is essentially over. Aside from that, I really did like the performance of the King Vegeta deck. I just think a couple plays didn't go my way. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this deck in the comment section down below, and if you'd like to see more gameplay with it. Otherwise, we will see you guys in the next video. Be there or be squared.